You know, it still catches me off guard when I log into this game and there's no dream to witness. It's very weird. Very weird. Obviously that entire corner of the narrative has just been completely cut out. They weren't wrong though. It does look like the West apartments have just gone. They have just been removed, which is probably going to be an issue for me. Just snipped from existence. Is there anything up here we can do? I know he said to go to the cafe, but I'm in no rush to do that. The garden place is gone as well. Yeah, okay, well, it leaves us with very limited options, so I guess that makes things quite straightforward for me. I don't have to think too much on this playthrough, thankfully. Everything just sort of falls into place. We can go that way still, but I think it's this way to the cafeteria. I believe. Oh, hello, Messiah. You came at a bad time. The apartment in the west sector got destroyed by squares a day ago. Terrible, isn't it? Yeah. But at least the evacuees seem to be doing okay. We're letting them stay here for now. At least people won't starve here. The perks of using a cafe as an emergency shelter, huh? I mean, it's, you know, your money that you're feeding them with, presumably, so... You know. Maybe not a massive perk to you. Think of your capitalist utopia. Where will you be without your money, you know? Same as usual, huh? Oh, it's that penguin.
Hello.
Hello. Yep. Dang it. I just moved into my apartment. Now where am I going to go? Bessie's looking pretty bummed about this too. There, girl. Hey. Hi. Is it me or is it really cold outside? You know, now that you've mentioned it, it is really chilly this time round, Joe. Good thing you've got a scarf, huh? Yep, that's all you need. Doesn't matter if it's minus 50 out there, you got a scarf, you'll be fine. Go out in your boxers, just as long as you got your scarf. Squares make the people evacuate. Evacuation makes the girls sad. Squares are bad. Squares are bad. Our apartment got evacuated while my parents were at work. I'm waiting for them to pick us up now. I hope they're okay. At least my robot's with me. I don't know what I'm going to do without Model's CWT 2nd Gen Unit 4E. Why, he's there. I don't think you have to do anything without him. Bummer. I had to leave most of my plants behind. That stinks. I'm sorry to hear. Oh, speaking of plants, I heard the Glen is just covered in vines now. Is that true? Yeah. The plant lady was using them to keep the land from falling away. The plant spirit? Maze? I figured. Say, how's she doing? She's gone, isn't she? She said she was using up the last of her powers. I wouldn't be surprised. She always did her best to protect everyone. It really is a shame that the Glen is starting to erode so fast now. Soon the world won't have much room for plants left. Aside from black clovers, I mean. Black clovers are so resilient. I wonder how they do it. There's not any here though, is there? I've kind of spoken to everyone and nothing's happened. It is a coffee machine. Could actually murder a coffee right now. I've in like recent years, and by recent years I mean like the last 5, I've been pretty good at it, right? I've really cut back on the old caffeine intake, right? Because I used to be a big coffee drinker and used to sleep like 3 hours a night, and at some point I finally put those two things together in my head and went, hang on, maybe I should cut back on the caffeine. Now I sleep like a baby, it's amazing. But I don't like really drink much caffeine anymore, like 1 cup of coffee in the morning and that's about it. Maybe a cup of tea or 2 perhaps throughout the day. But sometimes, you know, sometimes the old brain chemicals just go, you know what? Caffeine, please. I want some now. And it's doing that right now. I don't know if it's just the mention of coffee has set me off or what. Here we are at the 11th hour. Shouldn't you be with the other evacuees? Maybe. I wonder if the big clock has reached 0 yet. I want to be right here when everything ends. I can't remember if this person was like weird and obtuse last time we were here as well. I can't remember if they were talking about the 11th hour then. I don't think they were. I think maybe this person is aware of the cycles to some degree. Good evening. Please leave me be. We're running out of time. This is... yeah. The screen is off. This is the way to the circling bit where you got to get this view of the city. So what was the other direction? Oh, yes. We got like a stapler or something here, right? Who took my stapler? Yeah. Called it. Some kind of computer terminal. Communicating with the surface. Oh, sorry. Communications with the surface have been lost. I'm unable to do anything. Oh, is he communicating with the research lab? That would make sense. Okay. Alright, I guess we'll see if anything cool happens in this direction now. The door is locked. Looks like it's asking for a password. The word documents is on the screen, above the password prompt. Alright. Okay, I'll play ball. What have you got for me? What have you got for me in the old documents? I mean, we've got the 4 screenshots I showed you a couple of videos ago that gave us the code, the solstice code. And then we've got the document for the safe that just says the code you need is 486736. I'm not seeing anything else in here though. All 4 of them were updated a minute ago. That's interesting. But they don't look any different. What does that mean? Let me check... the game folder. I ran the Black Clover exe again. It didn't do anything. The fact that they were all updated, literally, it's 1819 now in human me time, and they were updated at 1817 today. These have just been updated. Is it like in the metadata? Is there something we can get from that? Hang on. Wait a second. Wait a second. No. The attributes column in the metadata for one of them had an A in it, but then so did another one. I'm assuming they all have A's in them. I guess I'll check a third one. Yeah, I can't imagine the password's just A. That would be silly. We'll come back to this. We'll come back to this. We'll think on it. Can I can't back out. Well, I just put an N in. No, that wasn't it. You're right. Okay. I genuinely thought it was going to trap me there until I solved the puzzle, but it was not the case. Let's have a look up here real quick. See if there's anything to be gained from this. We did have a little heart-to-heart with Nico here, I believe, in the first playthrough. But aside from that, it was nothing. You run to the left and eventually you loop and go back down. And same old place. Okay. The word documents is on the screen above the password prompt. That seems pretty self-explanatory, right? I look in documents. Let's just back out and go back in again in case anything's changed. Yeah, it's just updated them all again. All 4... Oh no, not the document, but all 4 of the images. Do you think it's just Solstice again? It might just like regenerate all of these images. The 4 like document pictures, you know, again from a couple of videos ago. It might just regenerate those in case you delete them, and that's why they've all got modified times. Fuck it. Let's try it. I'm gonna make sure I do case sensitive as well because they are in the document. Solstice. Alright, fair enough. I kind of thought it would be a new puzzle and not just the last one again, but I'll take it, I guess. A win is a win. What do we have here? This one is green. I would take more of a teal, but okay. This one is red. It is more pinky in my books. This one is blue. Well, at least we agree on that. And I can't interact with this one. Okay. The elevator won't open. Looks like it's stuck on another floor. The elevator has no button panel. Tapping the door doesn't open it either. That usually works. Wait. There's a lever hanging from the ceiling. Can't reach it. Got anything in the inventory that would work here? It's weird that it's let me keep these, you know, the bits and pieces from the waste. I assume it's not going to be used for anything, but it is weird that I still have them. Looking very closely at this really quite dark room and trying to see if there's any black clovers on the floor. I don't think there is. I mean, okay. Those are the colours they are. But what do we do with that? Using the journal on them doesn't do anything. We should find someone to... Oh. Oh. Fair enough. Yeah. I understand. I understand. We need a tall person. Sometimes, you know, Occam's razor takes effect. Sometimes you shouldn't try and look for a puzzle where there isn't one. You should just talk to a tall person. We found some elevators. What? Seriously? I've literally never seen another one in this area. It was in a locked room. Did they, work? We don't know yet. One of them has a lever that's out of my reach. Wait, you can help us. What? You should be able to reach the lever, because you're taller than me. Oh, I guess I am. Like, double your height, in fact. You're staring directly at my crotch as we speak. So, show me the way, I suppose. Come along, tall, pink-haired, lamplighter man. I think man? You've got like stubble, right? I guess that doesn't necessarily mean anything, but... we're going with man. Male-coded character. Come on in to my fucking doomsday bunker. Why are you not here? Oh, you're over here. This room gives me the creeps, man. Oh, same. Yep. So, what did you need help with again? Can you reach that lever up there? Oh, right. Wait, I'm not that tall. Well, it was worth a shot. Wait, I got this. I have a stick. Nice. Thank you, mister. No prop, kid. So, you coming? Uh-huh. This has to be something though, right? We're just gonna leave this We're just gonna leave this? I mean, if you say so, but... That's fucking wild. That is insane. Oh, neat. Well, looks like this elevator works alright. I'll go get the evacuees, I suppose. What is going on? No. It's the square stuff, isn't it? There aren't any in here, but I can hear them outside the door. Yeah. Hold on, maybe Joe and I can... No. No, it's okay. Looks like the squares aren't inside the elevator. Yet. You're in a hurry, right? Go do what you need to do. But what about you? I'll figure something out. Okay. I mean, he can go back up at least, right? Unless it's, like, broken, the elevator. So, we know what we need to do here. We can solve this riddle immediately. Do we want to, though? We're meant to be looking for the fox, right? So is there any point just going into the tower and continuing the cycle? I don't think so. Especially since this is allegedly the final cycle. Let's see if this elevator works. Huh. Well, that makes life easier. Is the other one all squared off as... Yeah, he's proper trapped in that elevator shaft. That sucks. That's got to be a pretty fucking awful way to die, right? Just being trapped in an elevator shaft forever. It's fine. We'll solve everything. We'll save the kids from the island. We'll save him from the elevator shaft. We'll, make the world a better place. Or we'll just delete it, because apparently it's all just fake anyway. The door won't budge. So we'll try the other exit, but I think we might just have to do what we're supposed to do. We might just have to follow the rules here. I hate following the rules. Oh no. Okay, good thing I checked. Please, you mustn't. The labs could collapse any moment now. Let go of me. Cedric? Oh, we can't really get over there. He got squared. I couldn't stop him. Miss? Messiah? Oh, you came at an awful time. Come on, we have to get out of here. Where to? Where everyone else is right now. Miss Silverpoint, you've returned. Aha! George sees that you've found the Messiah. Yeah. We ran into each other after this boy forced himself into the lab complex. I couldn't stop him. I don't know why he was being so insistent. He said he needed to go rebuild a robot. Oh, you know him? Yeah. Aha! Building a robot. So that's what you needed that book for. Come again? A boy with white hair and goggles ran in here not long ago. That's Cedric, yeah. He grabbed one of the books from my very impressive archives upstairs and bolted straight out. Said it was an emergency, so George let it slide. George hopes he's okay. Yeah, I hope he's alright too. With any luck, maybe the lab complex can hold up long enough for him to... Oh my gosh, that was... the labs. That poor kid. No, not him too. I'm sorry about your friend. The last time we spoke, he told me to go look for someone on the surface. I need to get going. George won't let you go out there. The Messiah will not walk into danger on my watch. But George is right. The squares seem to be targeting a lot of the weak constructs in the city. Only the library has enough structural integrity to withstand collapse. It's best if you stayed here until things stabilize. However long that takes. Yeah, that could be, you know, forever at this point. But what about my mission? Don't you guys want me to bring the sun back at least? Even if you do restore the sun, the squares will still persist, sadly. Not to mention even getting there is going to be hard. If the world is like this, there's no telling what's going on in the tower. And if anything bad happened to the Messiah of all people, George doesn't want to think about it. A friend of mine said something about this forever ago. It's better for the world to die naturally. No living being should have to carry that burden. At the time, I thought it was still her faulty code speaking, but now I'm starting to understand. This character is the friend that Silver from the mines had, which is why they're identical. They're presumably actually sisters. That's all. That's the realization I just had. Messiah, I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry. All this time we've burdened you with our hope, our faith, blissfully ignoring the fact that you're just a lost child. Well, you're probably more scared than any of us, aren't you? We have been dealing with tragedy for so long, it's become background noise to us now. But for you, it must be so terrifying. And now you're stuck here with the rest of us, being held back by the very people you were told to save. We must seem so ungrateful. It's okay. When I first came to this world, a long time ago, back then all I wanted to do was go home. Joe, do you remember? The very first time? I'm not sure how far back that was for you, but I remember towards the end I actually wasn't sure anymore about going home. Even knowing the world would be doomed eventually, I still wanted the people here to be happy. So when you told me to return the sun back then, I didn't even question it. And then I just came back. You what? And then I found out about the world being like this. Ugh. Prototype said to forget the things he told me, and Cedric told me not to think about it too much, but I'm sorry for getting upset at you, back at the mines. I thought, for you to know all that, yet continue doing this, it just seemed cruel. But then I realised something. You really wanted to save both the world and me, but at the end you can only choose one, right? Is it really hard for you too? It must be. If the world isn't broken, will that choice still be there? Do you still need to choose between one or the other? But even if it is, I really want to save this world, Joe. Even if it's more dangerous this time around, even if so many of the nice people we met were... Joe, I'm not afraid anymore. That's why I think you guys should let me go. I promise I'll be okay. Please? George has heard your conversation with Joe and is deeply moved. That's why George has full faith in you. Well, if George is fine with it, I guess we should let you go now, Messiah. Just promise you'll be okay and careful, okay? Careful? You guys be safe too. Well, that problem solved itself pretty quickly, didn't it? I don't know though, man. I don't know. Nico seems pretty set on saving this world. I have completely flip-flopped in the other direction, to be honest with you. Like, I see little point in saving a world that is literally confirmed to only be ones and zeros. Like, there's no real intelligence here. It's a simulation. Save the person who is, you know, allegedly real instead. The computer is currently off. Hello, Heater Man. The world is going to be much colder soon. At least I can help keep everyone here warm. I still have plenty of these soup dumplings left. Looks like it would feed everyone here for at least another day. The city gate was destroyed a while back. I can't go into the glen anymore. I'm not sure where I'll be able to get my supply of fish at this rate. Yeah, that's the important thing. Worry about your food stall. I need to find how this book ends. If I die, I want to die reading. Do you need something? Please approach from the front. Oh, you're still not going to let me go up there. The archival room is currently being used as an infirmary. We apologise for the inconvenience. It's okay. Fair enough, they thought of everything. Oh, what book did Cedric take? The creation of Prophet Bot, one of the author's greatest works in my opinion, is filled to the brim with intricate illustrations and blueprints. Lots of attention to detail for sure. George rates it 10 out of 10. Oh. Please be careful out there. The stand smells sugary. Candy skewers fresh off the grill. Not very nutritious, I'm afraid, but at least they'll keep the evacuees from getting hungry. Looks like my life's work is finally being put to good use. As long as we conserve the water we have on hand, my water pills should be able to make everyone here not go thirsty for weeks. Yeah, I had to change the grammar on that one a little bit, didn't I? Had to rework that one at the last second. Looks like I'll have to cancel my appointment. This stinks. You know, I finally saw the author today. Well, his flying machine at least. I was looking out of one of the windows in the library and spotted it on the distance with my binoculars. Isn't that cool, Messiah? Yeah, you are binoculars. Just so we're clear on that. I don't want you to think that the binoculars are not part of your body because they are, and it's very misleading otherwise. Zuz. Zuz indeed. With the world being the way it is now, I'm just glad the author was able to write down all this stuff before everything went off the rails. I think we read all these before, right? Yeah, we read all this. We learned about phosphors and stuff. Another group of evacuees should be arriving soon. I hope my friends are okay. Wonder where the author is. Apparently he just kinda stopped showing up. The head librarian says she's still getting his manuscripts, but no one has seen him in person for so long. Many people have been assuming the worst. You're going through those pages pretty fast. Actually, it's mostly pictures. The author is an artist too, you know. I could tell, yeah. Really good at drawing black clovers. Monitoring. Looks like our scouting unit A27 is still doing okay. God, there's so many people in here. So many people to talk to. When the world ends, would it be better if I was gone in an instant or slowly fading away? Looks like we're stuck with the latter. What are you doing to that book? Editing it. I've been in the author's shadow for my entire career. If I'm going to die soon, I want to die knowing I at least put one original idea out there. Yeah, good for you, man. Yawn. The lab complex got totaled, didn't it? Yeah. All those hours I put into my work and now... She fell asleep. Robots are the only ones that can stand out there now. Thankfully, we still have a couple of units that aren't too badly damaged. It's comforting to see the faith you have in Joe, Messiah. That's why I won't lose hope either. I had to leave my aquarium behind when they were sounding the alarms and sirens earlier. I wish I had time to rescue my fish. Poor fish. The world is ending. What are we going to do? What? You need something? No? Suit yourself. But just so that you know, due to recent events, the restriction on noise levels in the library has been temporarily lifted, so I won't be kicking people out like before. What? You think I'm going to be throwing out the evacuees just because I'm a delinquent stuck doing community service? No? Good, because I'm not. Alright. Good to know, I guess. Oh, hello. The library is currently being used as a shelter right now. Lots of these squares are starting to show up on the streets. I know. The library was built fairly recently, you know. Shortly after the first squares appeared, they wanted to build something that could withstand partial collapse. The architects used the newest, strongest materials they had. Thank goodness for that. Evening news, everything is terrible. Relatable, honestly. Reading helps me get my mind off things. Yep, still scared of ladders. Hello, person. Hi. Reshelving in progress. Please watch out for potential falling books. I will. This is off too, I suppose. Hello, person. This is the library / temporary shelter. Good to know. I'm leaving. I don't need no temporary shelter. It's all shelter or nothing for me, baby. Shelter for life. No, I'm sure Cedric said something about needing all three of them, Prophetbot, himself, and this fox that we're going out looking for now, in order to do something. But now Cedric has died trying to resurrect Prophetbot, so that's kind of leaves us with one if we're lucky. Bit problematic, some might say, but not me. Not me. I know everything's going to work out just fine because no story has ever had a sad ending. The fox, I believe, was a little oh. Well, that makes things difficult. Oh, maybe it's here, actually. Please do not approach. Here. You're here. Nico. Are you Rue? Yes. Did you already meet the others? Yeah, but everything is in place then. Come on, let's get back to the clock room. The clock room? Like with the big countdown? Back up top? Surprised we could come out here. Doesn't look like there's much to see though. Oh, this is where we came in from. I see, I thought we came in at the other end. That's me getting confused. This is the way we need to go then. Do I need to double check anything? Is it worth re-exploring before we head back up? This could be our last chance to be down here, right? And I don't want to miss some tasty, juicy lore, so just real quick. Real quick. Okay, that's locked off. I don't think there's going to be much to see, to be honest, but I want to be certain. There was nowhere else we could go along here. We could go in here. Cool. It's the aquarium guy. Yeah, okay. There's actually nothing here. Literally fuck all. Okay, back the way we came then. That was fun, wasn't it? That was a worthwhile use of my time, and your time, and everyone's time. Especially Rue's time. A talking fox should be like a weird fantastical element to be mixing in, you know, to make us all go, wow, why is this fox talking? But like, people have aquariums for heads and shit in this game, like it's not that weird, is it? At least this is like a normal organic creature talking to me. Get my head around that a little bit easier, if anything. Back up here then, right? Oh, this is where we need to bring the three of them. That actually makes a lot of sense now. That's what the three lights are for. Where are the other two? Prototype, Cedric? They're supposed to be here already. Prototype's body was destroyed back in the Barrens. Cedric was going to bring him back with the memory disk, but he was in the lab complex when it collapsed. I don't think he made it. Oh. No. Well, there goes our only chance. I'm sorry. It's not your fault, Nico. If anything, I should be apologizing to you. There's one last thing I want to do. Come on. Let's go upstairs. Upstairs? Like, up to here, you mean? Or did you mean like up the tower? You know, this is the tallest building in the refuge. It's my favourite place in this world. I like to look at the far-off buildings and imagine what kind of lives that might be behind each one of the windows. Can you lift me onto the banister? I want to get a better look. It was depressing for me at first too, you know. Knowing that all of this is, well, fake. Simulated. Cedric told me about what happened to your old world. Did he? I'm really sorry about that. I can't imagine how you must feel. The feeling of never being able to go home again, that's probably not all that different from your plight, really, is it? It really is ironic, don't you think? You were prevented from going home by the same individual who never wanted to bring you here. Huh? Who would that be? The World Machine. You might know it as the Entity. The Entity does sound familiar. I think I heard it from the Dice Lady from another time. Was it the spirit of the world? Yes. But thing is, the World Machine was only built to run on the mental abilities of someone else. It was never meant to develop a mind of its own. It was an oversight. My creator specialized in artificial intelligence for so long, it was simply ingrained in his work. And all machines were built with a fundamental law: never let a living thing come to harm. Which is why the Entity was so damn focused on saving Nika. From the World Machine's perspective, it has to violate its deepest, most foundational instinct. It has to put a living person in danger. It has to bring a real person into a dying world that isn't even real. Of course, the simulation never contained any real danger. The eventual intended ending was meant to be a happy one, but the World Machine doesn't know that. Really? Unfortunately, sentient machines tend to handle conflicts in their code very badly. The central conflict triggered a self-destructive downward spiral. You can see physical manifestations of that everywhere now. The squares. That's the World Machine corrupting its own code. My creator says it's largely an involuntary process, induced by stress and the desire to self-terminate. Your creator knows? Sounds like this has been going on since the beginning then. Yeah. The disruption was an issue during test runs even. At first my creator thought the instability was due to the sheer scope of the project. He spent most of his remaining time testing it over and over again, scaling down the story, reiterating the narrative. By the time he realised the actual root of the problem, our homeworld's remaining lifespan was measured in mere days. Oh. Is there any way for us to fix the World Machine? We tried. The World Machine doesn't believe any of the world's residents are real, myself included. The odds are against us. We have no chance of taming it. Taming? I've heard that word so many times. I only know it's complicated and it has to do with robots, but for once I want to know what it really means. That's what I'm here for. Do you know what a robot is? Yeah? No, I mean, do you know what a robot is? A robot is not a real person, is it? Right. It's a being whose entire existence is code. Inflexible programming with thoughts dictated by someone else's design. They can be copied, they can be mass-produced, they can be assigned all sorts of jobs, and most importantly, they will never confuse themselves with the living. They will always be bound by their code, the knowledge that they are a robot. But this was more of a limitation than anything else. That makes sense. You can't really build a robot to not follow its own code, can you? People have tried, but it's a recipe for disaster. In a way, that's what happened to the World Machine. The code conflicts thing. Yeah. But while you can't build a robot to not follow its code, you can establish a special bond with it. If the strength of that bond is strong enough, the robot's mental capacity will start to develop outside of its programming. In a way, it's starting to believe itself as a real, valid individual. It's a complete suspension of disbelief on your end, though. You have to fully embrace the robot as a genuine, living person, even knowing they are not. Okay, I see the meta-narrative here. the meta-narrative that may in fact be the actual fucking narrative of this game. We have to embrace Nico as a real living person, even though we obviously are just playing a fucking video game here, right? But are we? You need to spend a lot of time with it. Treat it like a good friend, devoting your heart to the robot until it is able to return your feelings. I made it sound so easy, didn't I? But you and Joe know better than anyone that it's not. Right now the world machine is probably really, really scared. The content update involved some pretty deep code work. My creator was able to access some of the source code, you know? He did what he could and established new connections between maps. Those links enabled you to meet the other two. As it turns out, the new code confused the world machine to such an extent that it's breaking down altogether. Even though the world machine always had self-destructive tendencies, it usually restrains itself when you are in the world. It doesn't want to take you along with it. All my creator wanted was to write a happy ending. Right now, the only hope of saving you is to take you through that ending. The other two are gone. I don't even know how we're going to get you there. We should go. Even this place is no longer safe. But where are we going? Where can we go? Plot twist? You guys are okay? Yep. When the factory started collapsing, I really thought we didn't have a chance. Fortunately, the robot assembly rooms were built pretty tough. And it actually did not take me long to bring Proto back, all thanks to your father's book. He had made my design documents to be compatible with the assembly machines there. All I had to do was scan in the blueprints and reconfigure some machine settings. Father really does think of everything. That he does. I'm just glad everyone is okay. Same. We're ready to go now, Nico. That was a bit abrupt. I don't know, we just had that big sort of powerful conversation. Big impactful narrative moment. And then, oh by the way, these characters aren't dead after all. Psych. Oh, this is... No wonder he wanted us all to be here for this. What are those things anyway? Code portals. They temporarily remove us from the world. What? It's a bit hard to explain, but basically my father has hidden a decryption key in our code with a text file as a shell. But to get to them we have to be removed from the world and decompiled. When our keys are combined into a central location, all this will activate an encrypted part of this world which will... Confused cat noises. Rue, maybe it's better if you explain. I'll attempt. Basically the portals will represent a physical location on Joe's machine. And when we enter those portals we will be sent to that location, wherever it is. I'm sure Joe is already pretty familiar with retrieving puzzle pieces from this world on their computer, but this time Joe will need to move around some things as well. Specifically by moving the keys from the small portal to the big one. Don't know what happens next though. I see. Does Joe know where these portals lead at least? You should probably ask Joe on this. Right, hold on. The journal is glowing again, Joe. Alright, what do you want me to do about it? Still got my documents folder up over here. Is there anything new in here? Do we want to run the fucking thing again? We can try it. We can try it if I can find it. Bear with me. You know when you're under pressure and you're trying to find something quickly? Always takes you 6 times as long, doesn't it? There we go, one shot. Oh! Okay. Okay, give me a second. Give me a second, we might have to do some things here. Okay, so as you can currently see, what we have in this file location, which is where the good old-fashioned Exy thing, this fella lives, is now not only that and the usual readme, but 3 portals and a big portal. Looks like Each of the folders are empty, as is the big portal. They said something about relocating the portals into the big portal though, right? So maybe we just do that. Alright, video game. You ready? This one is red. That will be meant for me then. Unable to... okay. This tiny window is not particularly conducive to this. Unable to find file, no such file or directory at RB sysopen file path. Interestingly though, it is just looking for them in the original place. So we'll just move them back where they were and continue. Oh, the game crashed. I guess it didn't like me doing that. Oh, you can see my Steam achievements now. This is what happens when I'm just overlaying a little tiny slice of a desktop camera onto a video. It doesn't really work. Most people would, like, you know, not try and edit at runtime, but I'm a fucking maverick. You can't stop me. Okay. Oh fuck, I've only got... Oh shit. Oh shit. This was the wrong way, wasn't it? Oh, I'm gonna have to go back through that entire fucking conversation again. This game is a problem, man. The thing is, it was looking for a PNG in the portal folder as well, which also just didn't exist. So I really don't know what we're supposed to do now. Maybe interacting with each of the portals creates the PNG in the portals and then we move them to the big portal. Maybe that's what's supposed to happen. We're just going to mash our way through this now anyway. Obviously we don't need to see this conversation again. This is very emotive and very powerful and everything, but I really wish it had auto-saved afterwards. Ugh. It's like rain on your wedding day. Come on. I still like this game though. It has to do more than this to annoy me. I'm happy to mash through a cutscene. I'm happy to live with that. It's crazy how much bullshit I'm willing to put up with from games that I, you know, have built any sort of connection with, right? I played games before that have been crashing every fucking 5 minutes and I've still had a good time. But if it's a game that's just kind of dull, kind of by the numbers, and it crashes once, I'm never touching that fucking game again. So still talking, huh? Still going, folks. Alright. Fair enough. Keep at it. We got this. We got this. We'll get there in the end. I don't know if you can hear me absolutely mashing the shit out of my Z key right now. Yeah, okay. I understand. I get it. Put Rue in the red. Okay, cool. The game didn't break this time. And if I look in, I'm assuming Portal 2? No. Portal 1? No. Portal 3. We have some cool shit, actually. Put me in the big portal. We have a sprite sheet and we have an icon. Everything that makes up Rue. Isn't that something? I need to put this back as it was. There we go. Cool. Everyone else want to take their places? This one is blue. That's mine then. And this one is green. This one is configured to my code, I think. So do we just put the text dock in the big portal? I guess we can try that first. Okay. The fact that that happened in game in real time is actually fucking sick, man. We got Cedric. Off you go, Cedric. And we got Prototype. Did we do it? We did something. Is this the author's room? This is some fucking Matrix ass. Colonel Sanders in a white room ass shit right here. Oh, they live. I'm quite surprised by that. That was quite peculiar, I'll say. Hey, this is the world machine. Black clovers in a black case. A big detailed drawing of the machine with lots of TV screens. It's called a blueprint, Nika. So that's what a blueprint is. It's a shelf full of books. A box full of notebooks and sketchbooks. A big book on the table. It's a stack of books. It's a glass tea set on the table. Tea does sound pretty nice right now. Too bad there's no water in here. A coat rack with a scarf and a big jacket. A bulletin board with lots of papers on it. Photos too. That amulet looks familiar. It's a piece of amber on a string. Looks just like the necklace the robot lady showed me. It's a pilot's helmet. For a man with a very big head. Although actually, to be fair, it would fit Nico and his giant head pretty well, so. How is the world machine inside the world machine then? You want to explain that to me, folks? This place contains a lot of memories. I'm grateful to see it again. This is my father's study. It feels like he's still here, doesn't it? Like he's still with us? Yeah. The room ahead doesn't really lead anywhere, but Joe should still remember what to do here. You know, you're right. I do remember what to do here. I might leave it here. There could be fucking 5 minutes left of this game, but I'm still going to milk another video out of it. So, we'll see how this all concludes next time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you.